Okay, now for us who are in the second semester, we already are very conversant with the software, so I will not go into the details of how we open up the software, how we set up the sequence, what, so those things you know. Now, what we start with when we're going to editing the documentary, we may have looked at some of these things, but I feel like it is more important if we keep emphasizing them, okay? So I'll use Peter's footage. I'll simply select Peter from here to up to here, and then drag to my software. When I drag to my software, I am sure that all these video clips that I have are for Peter. Okay, I'll select all of them and point them towards a bin so that they are all in one folder. Okay, once I let go, it will tell me bin 1, so I'll say Peter footage. Peter footage. Okay, so when I say Peter footage, then I'll also come and create a bin 2, and I'll say B-roll / inserts, because you guys are more conversant with inserts, but we usually call them B-roll. Okay, when I open the folder for B-roll, I'll simply also come back to where I shot Peter during his time of what he's talking about in the story, and simply highlight here up to around here. Control Shift, drag and drop into the software, into the bin B-roll. Okay, then I let go. So now, why I am I'm putting everything in order is a purpose that things have to be really organized, because when you are not organized, chances are you're going to mess up. Are we together? So I'll come to Peter footage and look for the right clip of Peter telling us his story. I'm sure it was either this, because this, I think we were just doing a tryout. Let's check and see if he say the word. Okay, on your computer, on your right hand, you can see that the microphone was having only the right wing. The right wave, sorry, it's not a wing, it's wave. So we'll fill it in the software. Let's see if you say the word here. Okay, so I think this is the right clip. It's clip number 60. You guys may not have the same footage, so find footage at home, do what I've done, and then send the work that I would have given as an assignment. I'll drag and drop into the timeline, both video and audio. We'll say change sequence settings into the software. Remember, as he's speaking, the audio wave is only on the right hand side, so I'll simply come to my effects panel and say fill. Fill is F-I-L. Can you see? At the count of 3. Okay, so I filled right with left with right, sorry, with audio. So the audio now can speak. In case you mess up on filling the audio, you just simply Ctrl Z and then look for another one. So it does not necessarily mean that always the audio will be on that side of the video clip. Are we together? Yes. So basically, you have to be very cautious as you're selecting the footage. Okay? Look for where the audio waves are. If you're wearing headphones, make sure both sides of the headphones are giving you sound, and so on and so forth. So we play and see what Peter was trying to tell us. 2, 1. Tell us about yourself.
Amanya gange nze Tamale Peter Global Institute.
You can see that the audio itself has problems, but now as we are editing, we are not going to first correct the audio or correct his face because he's too yellow. We'll do the coloring later on, and also perhaps we'll do work on the audio bit. But for now, let's first get the content out of him as we are doing whatever we are doing, such that we are all on the same pace. Okay, we previously said that while we are shooting documentaries, we look at the angle at which we are taking the recording of the footage. You can see how he's seated. Okay, we have given him some space on the left hand side to show something that maybe what he's talking about. If he's at a school, at least the background should show something similar to a school or something. So even the posture in which he's sitting, make sure you are very, very well conversant with the posture as well. Therefore, those are the key things you have to put to note even before you start shooting. Hope we are clear. Then we move forward at getting content out of Peter. We cut out the person speaking.
I'm Peter, ready? Tell us about yourself.
I'll be fast because I don't want to waste your time. So as soon as he starts to talk, I delete the person who was interviewing. Delete.
Tamale Peter, Global Institute. First year, second semester, Nkola film, video, and audio production.
As soon as he stops to talk, we rewind back a little bit. We cut. But I think there was another video clip because here he sounds really terrible. Let me see in this one. Let me first do the same thing I did, dragging both audio and video, feeding it with right, such that I can hear what he's saying.
Now, experience your experience.
I think we did not take another. Let's work with what we have. I widened the timeline properly.
First year.
Okay.
Okay. Why did you choose to study film?
Okay. As soon as he's about to speak, we do a cut. Select, delete on your keyboard. You know how to delete, report delete if you want.
Video and audio production. Nasala kusoma course ya film and video. Banga nayagala binalabanga ku TV n'ennyimba ennungi firimu program eza ku TV ennungi nga bazitaddemu obwongo obusukkulumu nange nensalawo okujja ku global nsome bye binali neegomba nga ndaba ku TV.
Cut.
What's your experience within DIT for the time you've been here?
We cut before he starts to speak. The reason as to why I decided to use him in Uganda is the fact that we need to know how to subtitle, which will be our other topic. Maybe the next time we look at the video, because we need to know how to correct the people on language on screen.
Ngize okukolagana ne bannange kubanga bwe tuba tukola waaka tumukola nga gwe kinnoomu omukola ne banno so nabo ne bakwongerako ku kye bamanyi naawe nosharinga ku bye bamanyi ne bakuyambako so ekyo ngize okukolagana ne bannange mpozi mukwegerako okumanya nnono.
And so on and so forth. The video is a little bit longer than that, Excuse me, sorry. We now have what he's talking about. We have at least 1 minute of him talking. I'll leave the space here at the beginning because it has to have title, okay? So the other part, you can see as we're editing, when he goes to the next question, he starts to skip. He starts to have what we call a jump cut. Jump cut is this.
Video and audio production.
Did you see that? That's what we call a jump cut. Then that is where we get to the next level of adding what we call inserts, so that we can cover up what we call a jump cut, so that the video simply plays smoothly. Are we together? Yes. So the video has to play smoothly. So we simply get Peter here, double click. We look where Peter is, look at where Peter is more clearer. I think there. Wait. Wait. I think there. Wait. Go. We drag video only in between the two video clips. Move your mouse a little bit here. Put it in the middle. We don't want to continuously see those cuts. Are we together?
Audio production. Nasaba kusoma course ya film and video.
So as he's narrating, we want to see him maybe study. Okay. I for in point. Before we mess it up on the camera getting out of focus, move the play head a little bit backwards.
Binalabanga ku TV ng'ennyimba ennungi, firimu, program eza ku TV ennungi nga bazitaddemu obwongo obusukulumu.
I think there where he's talking about the movies and the content they're seeing on TV is where we have to find some content that they are seeing on TV. We'll get to your computer, look for what maybe talks about what he's talking about. We'll look for images, video clips. Let's use this one, but we will not get the audio. Okay. We'll cut in. Just we want 4 seconds of the video. Drag and drop right above here. Sorry, cut. Control Z. He's saying. So ngenyimba, as he's saying ngenyimba, we drag and put ngenyimba here. But as you can see on screen, the video layer is so small. Simply double click in it, then pull it so that it can match the timeline. Okay, but it has lost quality.
Program eza ku TV ennungi nga bazitaddemu obwongo obusukulumu. Nange nensalawo okujja ku global nsome bye bye nali neegomba nga ndaba.
Then we look for some other clip maybe that is on TV that he could be admiring. We could choose to even use our advert for purposes of him advertising. Drag. Basically, we use I for in point. drag a video. Like I said, double click into the timeline, let it match the timeline. But when I pull it, remember it is giving me space on the other side. Play. We bring him back when he's telling us here, but remember we have to correct the part that here there is space. Okay, so I'll simply select the layer here, move it right above, come to my title, I'll say new, then default still, and I'll say okay. After saying okay, I'll simply come and choose another tool, which is the rectangle tool. Okay, the rectangle tool, I will move it from right above here. I will draw from up there to down here. Are we together? Then I will select the color. I'll just pick a pen because I want the color to match this very same color on this screen. So when I pick a pen, it will give me exactly the right purple I'm supposed to be using. So I'll simply just click on the purple there so that the background can turn purple and the background can match the foreground. So I'll simply close here, then drag and bring this below. Make sure it is really matching the line, and there we go. So that when he talks about now, you can see that we no longer see the space here. Okay, so I don't want the video to get a little bit longer than this, and maybe let's try out some of the things we talked about. Send me a copy of what you have done, and then we will move to the next step of the work. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your day.